if you're all over the world, you have to have something or someone working for you behind the scenes, right? And like executing your will in the internet and being online for you, right? How do we get more people in general using crypto on a day-to-day basis? I mean, it would be a shame to stay in crypto and not make this space more accessible to a broader array of people. Our end goal is to get to millions of users globally and make an impact on the world. Like, how can we change the world for the better? So, one interesting shot is his keyboard right here. What? Man's got one of the greatest keyboards in the world.
Yeah, my name is Eric Juta. Initially, when I was like actually going to uni, I was like, okay, decent at maths. I could type pretty quick, so I was actually going to be happy to just be like an IT support guy in the office. But then, like, App Store came off and did a bit more creative. Went into corporate life, realized it wasn't for me, but I kind of already knew that. And then, just kind of got in startups and just hadn't really left, to be honest. Went into crypto, got out of crypto, had to come crawling back, essentially. Yeah, can't leave.
I moved to London in 2016 from the States, so I did my uni there and then moved to London primarily to start a company. So we started my previous company in 2016. It was called Token Analyst, and we just kind of dove headfirst into crypto. Crypto was just getting its bearings then, especially the Ethereum ecosystem. And so I didn't know anything about it. We just started experimenting on top of it and then ended up getting funding for our company. And so you learn on the job. And so that was how I found my way into this industry. And it's been a whirlwind decade since.
There's that quote of like, if you stick around, you play long-term games with long-term people. And yeah, crypto is definitely like the sector for that. It's pretty much how I met Sid. It's just naturally, to be fair.
We met through common friends, but because we've been in this industry so long, we kind of had that shared understanding. And then we tried many different smaller projects together. As I mentioned, we co-worked in pretty much every co-working space available in London. And we tried all these different smaller projects to see if we worked well together. One of these experiments was an AI bot or agent that lived on a social media feed. So it was on a platform called Forecaster, which is a crypto native social media platform where we built an AI agent. Initially it was called TYBB, Thank You Based Bot. And we renamed it to Gina, as it was a more personable name. And you would just tag this agent on the feed at Gina, and she would respond to you. And today we have so many of these agents on X, on other platforms as well. From the early days, I mean, this entire industry has been predicated on it's global money, it's decentralized. Throughout these cycles of crypto, one of the things we kept noticing was most of the investment and attention and resources in this space were poured towards infrastructure, especially different blockchains, different DeFi protocols, so on and so forth. We've had experience building in some of these areas, and so little attention is paid towards the actual application side. What are the end users engaging with? How do we get more people in general using crypto on a day-to-day basis? And so as we started to keep up to date with AI in general and what was happening in the industry overall, it was almost like we couldn't not work on something like this, because it's a blend of probably one of the most exciting technologies that have come out in the last 100 years, and then crypto, which we're so familiar with.
There's so many use cases that, we build these tools that like add them to Gina, but then people use them like so many different ways that you just can't come up with or like think with.
Yeah, that was the beauty of building in public and building in social initially, because people would just query Gina in the feed and ask her a question, and it would be something we've never thought of. And we would initially we'd be like, I don't think she can respond to that. And she would respond and she would surprise us, because it's AI, it's its own entity, right? And so that's what was part of the excitement of building here, because it's almost like raising a baby. You have baby Gina in the feed in 2024, and we're starting to feed her good food, give her a lot of books to read, and like
she trips up.
She messes up sometimes, and then you slowly, gently correct her, and you have a whole community who's raising this baby, which is so fun. The recurring user feedback kept coming back was, can we have Gina actually execute transactions? And because we're building in this industry, in this space, in blockchain, the whole nature of blockchain is transactions. It's global, decentralized money, right? And so can an agent actually move money around? And that was a question that kept coming up, and so we went down this direction. Here we are today. We have a full-on wallet with Gina embedded within the wallet, and Gina works for you within your wallet. Every day we're looking at this. How our page views looking, how do people interact with the app, etc. So like, I think building in consumer, it's just like you have to be on top of the metrics, you know. Otherwise, it's like you don't know what you know. Can't just make intuition judgments. In super simple terms, Gina is a wallet that works for you. And so this opens up a huge, broad range of possibilities in terms of what you can actually ask your wallet to do. It's almost like, it's hard for you to even think about it, right?
Like you see something on your feed, you can share that with Gina essentially directly. She'll pull that, read that for you, and kind of like, you can just learn about it together.
How many people have you got actually using it?
We have like 5,900 now signed up users, which is and then 487 like enabled recipes. This is kind of the feature that effectively enables your wallet to work for you. It's not just something an AI agent that you're talking to in response to you. You talk to, you give her an instruction or a set of instructions, and she does it. And that's why it's like it's called recipe. Markets are a bit flimsy today morning. All the charts look something similar to Black Friday, basically. This is Bitcoin on a daily level, which is like the worst month since 2022. Wow. So interesting day to be building in crypto, but it's we're still in here.
Being in crypto for 10 years, I'd say learning that there is a hyper-financialization, but like, don't take it to heart. It's very easy to get like lost in the weeds with like, you know, I have to be permanently online, be at my screen. If I'm not involved, I'm not involved. But it's capital efficiency of your time and where your attention is and what you intend to do, I guess. I'd say like, wearing the cycles in crypto is definitely taught us that. You know, today is just another day. I know it's like red, it's extremely red, but like there's always tomorrow, right? Like,
things can get too high or too low, and like the key is just staying even keeled through it all. There's no such thing as it's not the greatest thing since sliced bread. It's not the worst thing in the world either. It's somewhere in between. There's probably a gray area. We're trying to ship a bunch of big changes today, so that's a big thing. Caesar's working on subscriptions, and Eric is working on like swaps. So it's like a lot of changes going in on a Friday. Typically we don't deploy on a Friday, but today's one of those days. We're gonna give it a shot.
Initially we were doing subscriptions, so you could have like so we were offering like paid subscriptions, like similar to ChatGPT or Claude or these platforms that give you like a $20 subscription. So we would give you more credits with that. But now we're doing it with credits. So basically you get a free monthly credit allocation. If you go above that, you can purchase credit packs, which means that you can do more prompts, more swaps, more recipes.
Every prompt that comes into Gina costs us a little bit of money, and so far we've been doing it for free. And so when users go above a certain limit, you know, we spend a lot of money for users, and so we're just rolling this out so that we can be accommodating for our power users. You know, you can see it here. You can kind of like Caesar designed this way. You can select how many credits you want to buy, and it's like pretty straightforward in terms of pricing. And the beauty with this is not only do you get like a greater usage, this includes all of the functionality included in Gina, all the tool calling, the wallet, sending transactions, so a bunch of different features. Every day we look at user feedback and numbers and make sure we're heading in the right direction. Because we're a direct-to-consumer application, we're directly interfacing with thousands of users. And so that's the fun part, is that we have users from all over the world. And, you know, we've had calls with some of these folks where, you know, they wouldn't speak English even, and we would live translate on the calls. And so user feedback is the number one thing. And then again, our own product direction and vision, where do we want to take it? And then what is each person working on? And how can we help each other during the day?
Or only stables and native.
Yeah. So, pretty cool. Yeah, man. How did you get this done so quickly?
Magic.
So we're obviously working in the field of finance, right? And we're in the middle of the city of London, which is full of financial companies. We're in the midst of the city, and we're innovating on what the future of finance looks like, you know, and how we can kind of change the game. That's the goal. That's why we started Gina. And it's fun to be doing it from this atmosphere, from here, just because we have all of these old school TradFi companies, traditional finance companies all around us, and we're here trying to disrupt them.
Yeah.
So. We're gonna walk off our lunch a little bit, burn some calories. I was on this walkway one day. I was chatting into my phone. I was just voice recording a prompt into Gina, and then a guy turned around and he said, "ChatGPT." I was like, "Well, close. Or Gina," and I told him about Gina. But people are actually getting used to talking to AI in general, just talking to their phones, talking to a voice note, to their AirPods, and assuming that it's not talking to another person. They're actually talking to AI. And I think more and more of the people around us, you see them relaxing here, people with headphones, you might see more and more conversations with people just having conversations with AI. And it's going to be a part of our lives and hopefully improves our lives for the better. We have a partner, a companion to talk to at all times, and a thought partner at work as well, as you're thinking about work problems for someone or something to talk to.
Right now, it's like a pinnacle thing. It's like you either learn how to use AI as a tool properly, or you don't. I believe like those who don't will still be using AI through these services without them realizing like the magic that's actually happening behind the scenes. But those who like actively use it as a tool in their daily workflow, they're just gonna have like so much more leverage or like efficiency ahead and like productive output, I guess.
Luckily, we're aided by superpowers that are in our computers, which is AI. That's a huge benefit for us. And,
I think it allows us to ship like if we were like a team of 15 people. Like I can code at the speed of thought. Like it's like I think about, I need to do this. I can just ask the AI to do it, and it will do it for me. And of course, I will still have to review it later. But yeah, that's like these tools allow us to ship like if we were a team of 10 or 15 people. Yes.
Yeah. All the more, I think, with AI, you can flexibly express whatever you want us to do, and then Gina will execute for you, right? We have this actually, Eric built this a few weeks ago, where you can send money to any of your friends across the world today by just telling Gina, "Hey, send $10 to Eric," and she'll start to guide you through the process of like, who's Eric, where is his wallet, which chain do you want to send it on, all these decisions that you have to make. Instead of making them all at once in one go, she'll guide you through that process, right? She's found Eric's address. She says, I have all of these assets. Now she's guiding me towards a decision. What kind of asset do I want to send? Which of my tokens do I actually want to send, right? Sometimes instead of typing everything out, we do need to have some UI elements. So we added the send button where you can just hit send. You can select your asset as a drop down, how much you want to send. And then literally, instead of sending to a wallet, I could send to an email. For example, I could send to your email. gmail.com, and then once I hit resolve recipient, it'll generate an address for you, a blockchain address, and I can send you funds right away. So like just a really simple email. I can send to an email, a WhatsApp, a phone, a Telegram, whatever kind of identifier you can think of, and then Gina will generate an AI-enabled address for them, and then you can send them funds globally in an instant. I grew up all over the world personally, and I've experienced firsthand how money isn't the same in different countries.
Yeah.
It's a realization that a lot of us don't think about. We're just so used to paying for our coffees, our lunches, our deliveries, etc. But when you move countries so often, you realize that certain countries have different prices for things, and if you wanted to move your assets from one country to another, it's actually a real pain in the ass right now. And so there is a fundamental need for crypto globally as a global money layer. Like that is inevitable, that is almost obvious at this point, especially as more of us go global. The world is more global due to the internet, and then with AI, it's the most exciting field in the world right now. Like, how can we leverage this superpower to give your wallet, your global wallet, a superpower, right? And so that's the funnest part about it. We're growing all the time. We're organically getting a ton of users and growing our user base every single day. Our goal is to get to millions of users globally and make an impact on the world. Like, how can we change the world for the better? And we've been in this industry too long. It would be a shame to stay in crypto and not make this space more accessible to a broader array of people. It would be a shame on our careers and our lives, spending our lives doing this, right? And so we're dedicating our attention on how we can leverage the tech that we've built to actually scale impact across the world, right? So definitely looking to scale a team, grow our office space, and expand globally.
How do we take our knowledge and taste, I guess, to onboard people onto crypto and AI in like best kind of experience possible?